here, and I'm with Rye. Introduce yourself, loser.
So,
And we're gonna be doing some motherfucking 1v1 PL week 2 predicts. And I did this before for week 1, but I didn't post it because I'm retarded. And it was on like a Thursday, and whatever, like that's lame. So let's just start off here with some brief thoughts on the Jump Plus series because we're already up and it's gonna be biased as fuck. What do you think, Rye?
I think we're gonna go 8-0.
It's honestly a possibility. Like, the only matchup I was really like, oh man, it could be tough was like my own, because Bubby's fucking good, and he knows I'm Heat, I know he's Heat, so it was a tough series. It was like 3-2, and I didn't want to start off bad. Yeah, and in general, it was just like a good way to start off the week. So I think we're gonna win this. Absolutely biased in every single way. What can you expect? So I think we could 8-0. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's possible. If we beat Tony Flagon, I think it's definitely possible, because they don't have like the biggest names that we can't beat. So let's just move on to actual predictions. Articuno's Panchams. What do you think about the first one, Elo Bandit versus Glix? I think this is definitely Glix, although I think Bandit won last week pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like 55-45 for
Dude,
Glix.
Bandit always loses in team tours anyways. I think Glix is going to prep for him really well because that's the thing she's going to do.
Yeah,
And
Bandit's been getting better at the tours.
I know he's better. I lost him twice in like a week for SM, but like, yeah, I think Glix is way more of a grasp on like building and playing than he does. Well, he's improved and he's fine. I make fun of him a lot, but he's like a solid player. So you think Glix barely?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking 55, or I'm thinking like 65-35, but that's fine. Squirtle versus Iron Crusher. Jeez.
I'm gonna go Iron Crush on this one.
Yeah, I just like him more. Oh, Squirtle has not impressed me. Although he might have won last week, I have no clue.
He didn't win, but I think that series was hacks though.
No, that makes sense.
Like every single game, there's like a miss game 2, a crit game 1.
Yeah,
Like some other hacks games 3 and 4. It was weird.
Yeah, I think Iron Crusher is just like the type of dude to bring some weird shit versus him and win.
Yeah.
Speaking of bringing weird shit and winning, CP2 is gonna toss this dude. I don't know why this dude is starting, but CP2. This is like 70-30 for me. I think this dude's okay to fill wings, but I have no clue, dude. CP2 is just like
I'm
good.
gonna say mine is a 20-80 for CP2.
Alright. Cause the CP2, just like versus some random person, it's gonna be CP2. I don't know how he could possibly lose, to be honest. Oras, this is interesting. Sky Solo 14 versus Whaleman Cheng. What do you think about this one?
I don't know who this guy Solo is.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. He's not like played 1v1 really ever. But Whaleman Cheng got the finals of Oras Cup, meaning he can like beat some random people and beat some good people too. So I think he'll bring some fine teams too. That countercoat Blastoise last week really surprised me, but it's like a good tech, I guess. And yeah, I think he'll win versus Sky Solo. And Sky Solo is probably going to bring some sus teams. Maybe some God Squads, maybe some samples, because there's no one building on this team besides like Bandit for Oras, and I think he's got his hands full with SM versus Glix, So this is like
For this one, I think it's gonna
70-30 for me.
I think it's gonna be about 70-30.
All right, so Rad Shoot versus TCG United or the both of these dudes lost last week. Yeah, he's okay. I think both these dudes lost. They lost last week, but I don't know. I think I'm actually gonna predict him. I'm gonna predict him.
Pass Raj some teams.
I predict because he's, I don't know, probably more motivated to like prove he's good at Oras. Wow, holy shit! For me, it's just been the right side the whole time. Jeez, but yeah, I think he just has more reason to try when or Rad Shoot might just pull up with like some random ass teams and lose.
I'm gonna pass Raj some teams. He's my boy.
All right. I thought you hated Indians, right? What are your thoughts on that?
Indians can be cool, except Patty.
Facts. Alright, I'm thinking Chaitanya for this game.
Me too.
Because Solar Flare is a 9-year-old, and he also is, like, he's average, maybe even below that, honestly. Like, he loses a lot. But Chaitanya is just the type of dude to pull up, beat a 9-year-old, say 1 GG's, and then leave. You know, I think he brought some good teams last week, too, and he won last week. Even though fucking Solar Flare did win versus Aiden, Chaitanya, I don't know, looked better to me. Aiden's and Solar Flare series was really shit. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Ijasu versus James, weird matchup. I think
this is like a toss-up.
Yeah, I think putting James versus Ijasu is actually decently smart because Ijasu is like someone who can look at your replays and see what you're doing and counter team you mid-match. But if he doesn't know what James is gonna bring, then that's actually kind of hard for him. I think James is able to like outskill him.
James does that too. He just looks at him.
Yeah, I know, but James I think has like a better. I think James is just better at picking in general. When Ijasu is kind of like, he beat Tony Flygon last week, which is really good. But Tony Flygon has a lot of replays, so you can kind of scout and see team mid series. But
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a toss-up.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird, possibly bad series. Probably game 5, 5 games of weirdness. But I think James personally like a 60-40. Actually, probably more like a 55-45 because Ijasu at the end of the day is pretty. He's okay. He's got good results. I don't think he's that good, but he somehow wins a lot, and he's won versus me, so I'm not really gonna fight that. Next up, Jedi R versus Kaif. Kaif, I guess.
This is gonna be a toss-up too.
I think Kaif.
I'm gonna put it in the 50-50 because Kaif can easily choke it.
No, he can choke it, but I think, yeah, this might be a bad series honestly because like last Kaif series, or not last Kaif series, but Jedi R's was like a luck thing. It was a lot of luck, but Kaif.
Should have seen Kaif's. It was pretty bad.
Oh, was it versus Roman? Yeah, and he's not even that good because he hasn't played before. Jeez. I think Kaif 55-45 to be honest, because Jedi R was actually pretty close to beating Fire.
Toss up.
Yeah, it's a toss. It's like a 55-45. I'm thinking Kaif though. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me, or actually 6 for me. What do you think the final score is gonna be?
Probably 3-5.
Yeah, okay. Pancham 6.
And then either like it's either gonna be like 3-5 or 2-6 or something like that.
I don't see either of these teams blowing the other team away. Or even tying. I think Panchams have a better grasp just in general. Alright, next up we got the Hellfire Heat Trance, the tryhardiest team of all time versus the Rhyperiors. And wow.
The Rhyperiors, I guess they were versus the Articunos. But
yeah, they won because they were versus the worst team in the tour. Like that's my perspective. Landon, that is like a hard Landon for me. Although I could see Whale Jesus lucking, but Landon's just better and more consistent.
I know Landon lost to Arié, I think that's.
Yeah, that was a.
Yeah, Landon.
But it wasn't even like a bad series. He just lost, like in general. He got like 50-50 and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking Landon just because like he's fucking Landon. He's good. Probably like. I'm thinking 55-45. He's bad.
He often has teams that
are counter teamable.
Pretty common weaknesses.
Yeah. Dude, every team he used in like before World Cup lost to Blissey, and so I gave my teammate a Blissey, and then he fucking froze it and won with Metagross, which is lame as hell. But yeah, I think Landon can just build better teams and play better. But judging by last week, I don't know, dude. He's not like everyone overrates the fuck out of him. I think he's still great, but people treat him like he's the best SM player when in actuality he hasn't won anything. Like no smoke against him, but he just hasn't won anything. And so, I don't know, I kind of have a hard time believing he's going to fucking dominate this tour if he just kind of wavers at the last moment and these type of things. Especially in individuals.
I think Landon's just a bit rusty because he's been busy lately. But
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking 55-45.
I'm thinking like 65-35.
Yeah, okay. So next, Joker and SM versus Shadowclaw.
Yeah,
I'm not huge on the Shadowclaw. And I think he won last week, so this is like definitely, yeah. Joker lost last week, I think. And the Shadow Claw won, and the Shadow Claw also doesn't bring wishy-washy, so he'll probably win. Joker in World Cup was like actually a disaster, and so I had to sub him out before the flaming ship fucking went 0-3. But yeah, I think this is like a really easy the Shadow Claw for me. Probably 75-25. Shadow Claw just brings solid shit. Although I guess I could see Joker pulling out weird techs in them somehow hitting, because the Shadow Claw brings standard shit like Crocodile, Nagadel, Como. That's one of his teams, I think, that I have in the builder, and it's, I don't know, it's kind of exploitable in the gimmick sense. I'm thinking 70-30 because Joker, dude, not impressing me at all. Especially with
pull some weird crap
yeah, he can, and that's how he's gonna win if he does win. But I don't know, dude, I'm really hesitant to pick him. Blaze versus AKA Phila. This is almost 50-50 for me.
I'm gonna vote Bale Blaze easily.
Okay, I really hate doing like 50-50s. I can just take a stance. I'm gonna think AKA Phila because Blaze lately has like not been doing particularly well in tours and shit. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. Bale Blaze just dominated Mace Master, the second most expensive person in the tour.
Last week?
Yeah.
That's a good win.
And I'm going to be helping Bale Blaze see Team AKA Phila.
Alright, in that sense, I'm probably going to predict Blaze, but if I'm just going to stand by Phila, I'm standing by Phila, honestly, just because, I don't know, he, like...
I don't see Phila play ever except in, like, official room tours, and even then, he doesn't do amazing. So.
I think he's okay, and Blaze is, like, probably past his prime, in my opinion, personally. So I'm thinking Phila barely, like 55-45, if that, probably even closer to 50-50. Who knows? Next up, we got Alive versus Sayonara. And if you ask me...
Let me correct one thing real quick.
If you ask me, this is...
This is the easiest Alive of my life.
This is a, like, not particularly good matchup. This is a sleepy matchup. But Alive, yeah. I think Sayonara lost last week. And...
They did.
Yeah. I think Sage won, though. And, yeah. Alive just plays 1v1 more than Sayonara.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Sayonara got 3-0'd last week, which is kind of epic. And I don't know.
I've never seen Sayonara play 1v1.
Yeah, no, he played one time last week.
Played what?
He played one, like, that last week was his debut, and he got 0-3'd, so, like, that sucks. Yeah, so Alive 70-30, because he can just pull up, win versus people. That's what he does. He's not, like, a high-key threat, but he's not, like, a bad player at all either, you know? So I'm thinking Alive, too. Ecstatic. I want to see this game, because Ecstatic and Oras is an interesting sight. And
I remember Ecstatic and Oras, and I always dominated him. I'm going to go Sage.
Sage did win. Dude, Ecstatic's really good.
Ecstatic struggled so much versus UOP.
Yeah, he did. And UOP did bring the same fucking team every time. But that's just because UOP knows Ecstatic and they know each other, so it's kind of a closer one in my opinion than this one. Ecstatic.
I'm gonna go for Sage, man.
Ecstatic, dude, he always beats average players though. That's just his thing. And so I'm thinking 65-35 for this, but what do you think for numbers?
I'm gonna go like 55-45 Sage.
Alright. This is an interesting match, Imma versus DJ Berluminati, because this is the third time it's happened, and Imma won one time, Berluminati won the other, and the more important time in tiebreaker. So this is going to be a match I kind of want to see, at least ideally live, but if not, I'll just look at the replays. I'm thinking...
Berluminati's my boy, so I'm going to go with Berluminati.
I'm thinking Imma just because... Here, oops. I'm going to underline this for me. Well, I don't know why the fuck I didn't do that earlier. Anyways. Imma... I didn't think he'd do great because he only did good in black and white because I gave him teams in World Cup. He went 3-0 in pools, which is pretty fucking good. But I don't know. He really impressed me last week. I think he 3-0'd someone. Maybe an Indian, who knows. But, yeah, he just pulled up and, like, 3-0'd in black and white. It was really impressive. He beat Anonymous, who won black and white cup. So I think he's going to beat Berluminati just because, like, he's pretty good at playing. Not the most self-sufficient player, but like he can get games done and win. So yeah, I'm thinking 60-40 on this one.
I'm gonna go 60-40 the other way.
All right. Although Berluminati did pretty good last time they played versus him, so it's gonna be close. I think this is gonna be a 5-game series.
Probably.
Togli, Belapine, Buf, however you fucking say that, versus Martha.
It's Togli, Babine, Buff.
Who cares? Anyways, Martha for me. It's not easy because Togli's a really entertaining player. Actually, dude, I'm gonna go Togli because I just remembered he fucking did pretty good in Classic. He can pull up versus a random player and win. I think Martha's not particularly good. And yeah.
I don't know if Martha plays 1v1.
She does a little bit, but not like excessively. And she's not a 1v1 main. She just played in the room tour that you were in, I think. And yeah, she's a little like not that great, but she's fine. She can win games. I think she won last week, but Togli lost versus Magma, which fucking sucks. Really wanted them to win. That would have been hilarious.
He got lucked versus Magma.
I didn't check the result. I just saw the 1 GG from Magma. Got kind of sad. Anyways, he can pull up versus Martha and just win a game. Yeah. So next up, this is a fire game for me. Moto, did he win last week? I have no fucking clue.
I have no clue either.
Here, I'm gonna check. Honestly, I really do. MotoGP. Oh, I didn't see a win post by him, so I'm assuming he lost. But either way, Fire is good. He had a little bit of a shaky win last week, but it's fine. He's good. Definitely gonna win versus MotoGP. That's the type of person he beats, like a player you'd think would beat most people. But yeah, he's good.
I don't know. MotoGP's my boy. But yeah, I think.
Also, he's the worst scheduler of all time, MotoGP.
What?
MotoGP's terrible at scheduling, but he's playing a European, so it should be fine. 2 or 1.
I'm gonna go with Knuck Strike for like 55-45.
Wait, I'm retarded. Hold up. Yeah, I did not do that right. It's gonna be 5-3. Yeah, 5-3. Last up, the Metro Boomin Mega Rays versus Porygons. Mega Rays versus Articunos would be the Special Olympics. I really wanted to call it the Special Olympics. But the Pixelated Porygons did actually pretty good last week. I think they played the Heat Trends and they tied, which is pretty good because it's a try-hard team.
Yeah.
And Freddy Kyogre versus Mace Master. Both of these dudes got tossed last week. Yeah, I'm going to go a very soft Mace Master. Because Freddy's got so much on his plate supporting the entire fucking team. Also, why didn't OM Room start last week? I don't understand. He would have definitely done better than the clowns who played. But yeah, Mace Master 60-40 probably. Freddy's just got too much on his plate with the entire team. I don't think he'll prep too well. He'll just pull up with some random fire, water, grass shit and lose. I'm going to give Mace Master some Earth rank teams just for the culture. UOP versus Close.
Gotta get the sleep wins.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know about this one. Close 1 versus BSU, who used my stupid fucking Farium Dragonite team. But
dude, I don't know why BSU brought Waterium Grim.
I don't know. Dude, that Farium D-Knight had Protect, so if he protected versus the Mawile, he probably could have won. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna go probably UOP.
I'm gonna go UOP on the one case that he doesn't bring the same team 5 times in a row. Otherwise, Close will guarantee him a win. If he does though, then he's gonna lose. And I don't know if he might have a lot on his plate teams wise with his other Omniously Darkened, who I have no clue who that is. Maybe Catalyst. No, UOP is not building ORS. Never mind.
He's gonna bring the same team every game.
I hope not, because he probably learned his lesson. And yeah, so UOP barely. If he brings the same team, he'll fucking lose. Easy. Not easy, but he will lose.
This one I'm gonna go JYT.
Yeah.
Because he beat Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, he beat the boy Dennis, and Omniously Darken is an absolute who. I think JYT did okay in World Cup. He played on Freddie's team, so yeah, kind of a person who I think will just maybe either. I can see him 3-0ing, honestly. I can see him like 3-2-2. I think
ominously darkened 1, so I don't know. It's probably gonna be close.
Did he even play last week? I have no clue. But I'm thinking like 55-45. What do you think?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright. OM Room versus Catalytic. This is interesting because OM Room didn't start for some reason, despite being probably like top 3 players on the team. And Catalytic won last week. He fucking stole one of my teams or something, dude. He used one of my teams twice, and I did not give it to him, which I'm intrigued by. And he took off the nicknames. Fuck that dude. But I don't know. I think these guys are friends, by the way. Yeah. OM Room is gonna pull up and win.
OM Room's gonna win.
Just off experience, probably 55-45. Just because I have no clue why OM Room didn't start. Maybe he's not feeling himself. Maybe his manager's not feeling him. Maybe he's busy. I have no clue.
I think he wanted to start, but he just wasn't put in.
Yeah, which is weird because they put in so many clowns last week. Like Furno. Okay, this is going to be a really bad series.
Furno should have beat GGOPW,
yeah.
Not for the hacks. So
actually, dude,
that was something.
Dude, he was going to stay in and keep roosting and keep calm minding. He was going to get either frozen or crit eventually. Maybe at least 50% of the time. Like, those stack up, dude. He was ice beaming every single turn. He could have crit, he could have froze. Either of those won the game. So, it's kind of inevitable. He got it way too early, but at the same time, it was not, like, in the bag at all. So, yeah, I think Furno, we'll get to Furno, but
I don't care about this matchup.
It's really bad. This is such a terrible matchup. I don't know why, like, anyone would see this live. Ratha Alakazam is going to bring some weird teams that lose to Gyarados, or have Heracrosses or Gyarados check. And Magma is just gonna bring teams. Yeah, this is like the sleepy match. That and like fucking Alive versus Sayonara is gonna be sleepy. Yeah, Magma is gonna bring teams that lose to Genesect. Ratha Alakazam is gonna lose teams that lose to fucking Gyarados. And it's not gonna be a great series. So I think Magma just can beat him, cause he got Ratha Alakazam and a dude got tossed last week by Pappy Solwyn. So like, dude, he's not gonna.
If she didn't look.
Yeah, Magma's not. I don't know. Magma is such a weird player in my mind. Like, she'll just pull up, probably win versus him. I don't know, dude. I don't want her to be 2-0 in the beginning. But moving on. Who cares about this match? I think Magma barely, but it's terrible. Furno versus Wenonimus.
I'm gonna go with my boy Furno.
I'm gonna go Furno because he's actually pretty good. And Wenonimus did not look good last week. He got 3-0'd by fucking Imma, who's using some random ass teams from the Heat Trends Discord probably. But like, yeah, I think Furno's just in general better player. That might be it. Like, he might use some weird teams. I might give him teams just for the culture, but who knows. Furno, I think 60-40. Wenonimus did win Black and White Cup, which is like quite literally the best Black White accomplishment you could have at this point. But ever since then, I haven't really seen anything to be impressed by. Neomon versus Zaya.
I don't know who either of these people are.
Neomon's like an NU player, and then Zaya's like a fucking like ZU PU player. And this is probably gonna be a whack series. Neomon plays some old gens, so I think he's gonna win based off like knowing mechanics of old gens better. Like, he's in tours and stuff, you know, and he put up a good fight versus CBB last week. So yeah, I think he'll just win 55-45. Actually, probably 60-40 just because he knows old gens better. Yeah. The last one, Poison Adhesive versus Pigeons. And probably Pigeons. I never really thought Poison Adhesive was good. And then I saw some games of him playing, and I was like, yeah, he's not very good. But like, after that, I saw him lose week 1 to Suapa, who is like not a big name player. He's not a fire or anything. And so that, and like Pigeons won. Like, I have no reason to believe Pigeons will lose this game. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Is that it? Like,
I think it's probably gonna be Pigeons too.
Yeah, I'm like almost certain it's gonna be Pigeons. So let's tally these.
I think it's gonna be like 4-4, maybe 5-3 if
One,
Magma chokes.
3. Yeah, I think 4-4-2. So right, who do you exactly think is winning this tournament again? I personally think the Jump Plus are capable of winning. Yeah, Articuno's Jump Plus final obviously gonna happen. Don't have much to say besides what we've already said. So peace, dudes.
But it could be Articuno's Metro Boom Mega Race finals.
That could happen. That's a highlight final. I'm gonna watch every single game. Furno versus fucking whoever the hell. Furno versus Chaitanya is gonna be the absolute game of the century. I actually do want to see that when it happens because they're both like friends and mono players. But yeah, peace, dudes.